Hey everyone, I'm Penros776. We're back for another red smoke banner here, or because it's New Year actually, going kind of a pink smoke this time, which I appreciate. Special heroes. Reginn is the first one, bearing dawn. I like that pun on her original
Since it's a new year,
name.
I fixed on my Ghoulin Bursty, so it's sparkling.
Ghoulin Bursty. She's going to be using the... Oh, she is. Let's take a pause here. She's a Blue Tome cavalry unit, and since she's using that Ghoulin Bursty look, lots. There's lots of it. Blue Tome, as we said, grants attack +3, enables CANTO 2 during turns 1 through 4. At the start of turn 4, grants special cooldown count -3 to unit, and at start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, grants attack speed +6 to unit during combat. CANTO 2, obviously we know what that does. Already, because I use Reginn a lot in Aether Raids. I think Reginn is one of the best offensive units on Aether Raids because of just the raw strength of that fixed CANTO. That CANTO that's always going to go 3, or in this case 2, no matter what. CANTO 2 is obviously smaller than CANTO 3, but if you think about it, that's fine, because she can hit things from one space further away. It's the same difference, really. She also has, in her special slot, her Saver Shell. Start of turn 1 grants special cooldown count -3 to unit, boosts damage by 15, and calculates damage using the lower of foe's defense or res. The instant charge special, the adaptive damage, both of those stuck together are so strong. The only thing she's missing out compared to regular Reginn is I'm pretty sure regular Reginn has a certain amount of damage reduction in her weapon as well. Just keeps her from getting immediately wiped out by a counterattack. This Reginn does not have that. But the poke potential here, the poke potential on a free range or free move 2-range unit with that fixed CANTO, this is the first one we've seen in the game. And the 2-range 2 CANTO units, like Atri, for example, are already just so very strong in terms of ability. This is going to be just extra strong. Interestingly enough as well, the turn-limited CANTO, sure, fair balancing factor, but once you hit turn 4, special pre-charged itself again. That was one of the issues regular Reginn had to a certain extent. Once you'd used that big blast on your first enemy, at some point you're going to have to recharge that special to use it again. Reginn New Year's version doesn't have that issue. She gets to use it on, say, turn 3 when Bolt Tower goes off, and then immediately get it recharged for turn 4. Which is, that's going to be tough to deal with. Luckily, since it is a strong special on the first hit, and she is blue, Fjorm isn't going to be having so big of a problem with this unit, but any other unit who's taking these hits is going to start to have to think a lot about, can I afford to stand somewhere where I can be hit by Reginn, which is everywhere. In the A slot, Swift Sparrow free. It's Swift Sparrow free. I don't really know what to say about it. It is Swift Sparrow free. It's been around since the dawn of time. But in the C slot, a new C skill. Cross, Spur, Attack. Grants attack +5 to allies in cardinal directions of unit during combat. It's Duo Peony's weapon, except in the C slot. It's actually, to be fair, it's actually a really interesting choice. Because a lot of the Spur, the Drive, the whatever skills have been relying on a 2-space radius. which makes anything that can go outside of that 2-space radius a really, deliberate choice to let you support your units from further away, to let you support them across the other side of the map. This is one of those such skills. I've already got a lot of use out of Gatekeeper with his 3-tile cross. This is just a 1-tile cross, but it's still attack +5, which is a really meaningful swing, especially if you consider that it's bigger than what you can get from, for instance, drives, joint drives even. Joint drives are only 4, although they give you 4 as well. It's an interesting option, I like it a lot. Good on you, developers, for cross-spurring attack. I wonder if we're going to get any other cross-spurs today. Anyway, yeah, very strong hit-and-run unit, possibly even stronger for hit-and-run than regular
Feeling lucky?
Reginn. Oh, it's that sort of lot. It's the drawing lot type. Next up, well, it makes sense. New Year is for the LC's banner, right? It's Fafnir.
King. Greetings in this new year.
I love how hard he's trying to sound like he's evil, right? But he's trying his best. Bless him. He is also a cavalry unit, also has that Gulin Bursty from Nidavellir. But he is a ranged unit as well. He's a red dagger unit, and he has the Nidavellir Sprig. Grants speed +3, enables CANTO 2 during turns 1 through 4. If you initiate combat or is not adjacent to an ally, grants attack speed defense res +5 to unit, neutralizes effects that prevent units' follow-up attacks, and inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on foe per attack during combat. Only highest value applied, does not stack. Also, he's got Dagger 7, and that's the end of this effect, by the way. The rest, more than half of this paragraph, is just explaining things that we already knew. Bless. So yeah, if I remember correctly, this again is pretty similar to what Fafnir's regular weapon does, even though we don't really have access to Fafnir's regular weapon yet, because he is stuck in not existing hell. Weird that Fafnir is now in seasonal hell, despite being a Fire Emblem Heroes OC. Didn't expect that one. +5 to all stats. Kids love having +5 to all stats. Everyone these days has +5 to all stats. Null follow-up, I'm guessing, is pretty fast then. Or, well, a half null follow-up and a guard. The idea being, I suppose, that with that guard effect as well, he is giving himself a little bit of survivability from the foe's counterattack. If they make one and then he makes his follow-up attack and boom, you are dead. Glimmer, nothing special. Attack speed solo 4. Well, he's probably going to be attacking from a solo position. He is a cavalry unit, after all. With 3 spaces of movement, it's pretty easy to get away from your allies. And the B slot is disarm trap free. This is gonna be another bloody nightmare. Let me tell you about Yuri, right? Yuri has free movement. He has built-in CANTO, and he can run disarm trap, and I've seen him do just so much breaking things that he really shouldn't be breaking with this. Fafnir does not have Yuri's foul play, but he does have every single other ridiculous part of Yuri's kit that made him so dangerous. Boy oh boy. Well, have fun, whoever rolls for him. In the C slot, Rouse Attack, Defense 4. It's another Rouse 4 skill, so Fafnir lone wolfing it up. I'm not even going to think about what this guy can do in Summoner's Duels, although obviously you'll want to replace the B slot for that, because there are no traps in Summoner's Duels yet. The Rouse 4, very strong, and it looks like he's just going to be all around a big bruiser of a ranged cavalry unit, which is always a pretty nightmarish archetype to deal with, because they can just hit you. And what are you going to do about it, huh? And then they run away, and what are you going to do about it, huh? Joy, oh joy. Still, he's a great guy. I'm glad this happened to him and not a character that I don't like so much, like Oda, perhaps. Sorry, Oda. Let's see his animation as well.
Eternal night.
He is doubling this cleric. To be fair, I don't know how fast this cleric is, but he did seem like a pretty fast unit. Here's a unit that we kind of guessed from the silhouettes, because there's only one character who looks like that. It's Lyre. She is a colorless beast, a cavalry beast, because she's a cat, and she is armed with the sparkling fang. Grants speed +3 at start of combat if foe's HP is greater than or equal to 75%. Grants attack speed +6 to unit during combat, and also if unit speed is greater than foe's speed. Grants special cooldown charge +1 per unit's attack. Only highest value applied, does not stack, and deals +5 damage to foe per unit's attack, including when dealing damage with a special triggered before combat. Only highest value applied. Wait. Only highest does not stack? Why doesn't that stack? Never mind. I won't ask any stupid questions, apparently. I guess we'll find out what that means later, when this unit is actually in the game. At the start of turn, if the unit is adjacent to only beast or dragon allies, it transforms, and it has the standard cat transformation, attack +2, and an additional attack defense -4 on foe during combat and follow-up prevention. As for the rest of the kit, well, Lyre fans rejoice. She's a 4-star unit by the looks of it. She's in the 3rd slot, and she does have pretty 4-star-y looking skills, so you're going to be able to +10 her pretty easily. She has Luna, attack speed catch 3, so if you want to inherit catch 4s from other units who have those, it might be a little easier now, and chill attack defense 2, which don't know why anyone's using the chill skills, but chill, especially the double chill skills in this day and age, but I'm sure if that's your way of life, then there is chill attack defense 2. Interesting weapon though, because that is Flashing Blade 4. Flashing Blade 4, and also +6 attack and speed if the foe is above 75% HP. I was going into this wondering how Lute is someone else, how Lyre would compare to Lethe, because Lethe was from a previous New Year banner. Lethe was really interesting for units at the time, because she had 40% damage reduction, and on top of that, 7 true damage. Kind of got put in an awkward position by Freya, who had the same sort of damage reduction, swapped out the 7 true damage for distant counter, which is really strong, and then on top of that, being a mythic, got to have her own special PRFB slot, because of course. So New Year's Lethe kind of felt a little less strong after that. Maybe stronger as a impact just killing things unit, but not quite as strong as the all-around bruiser that Freya is. Though again, Freya, funnily enough, kind of useless in Aether raids for the most part. A lot stronger in every other mode that isn't named Aether raids. Like if you see a Freya in Arena, if you see a Freya in Summoner's Jewels, those are terrifying units. Freya in Aether raids, not so much. Anyway, that's getting kind of off topic. This isn't Lute or Lethe, it's Lyre. Lyre in the actual games was always kind of weaker than Lethe. Lyre here, more of an interesting side grade, I think. Probably going to have better stats, especially if you're getting merges, because, of course, 4-star unit, you can merge them way more easily than your 5 stars. But also, you're trading out some of that damage reduction for special acceleration. Cool. And you've got true damage. Technically, it's 2 points less true damage, but it's still really strong. And of course, the final thing to consider, you're probably looking at better like just base stats because we're in 2021, or well 2022 when you're getting your hands on this unit, because it is the New Year banner. Love it. All in all, I think pretty strong, and since cavalry units normally can't run Flashing Blade, this is a huge opportunity for a fast cavalry unit to actually do something ridiculous with specials, for once. Ooh, actually, put some, you can run flow skills on Beast Cavs, can't you? Or is it literally just melee, sword axe, lance? I don't remember. Well, in any case, let's see how she looks in her New Year's attire.
I want my New Year's gift!
Ah, yes, there's... Yes, and for the... Ooh, Duo Jotnar. Who's in front? It's Dagger. Yes, for better Jotnar. Sorry, no. But I do just prefer Dagger overall. And they're a flying... They are a flying unit, right? I'm not making that up. A flying green bow unit. Their weapon is the Jotnar bow. Accelerate special trigger, cooldown count -1, effective against flying foes. If you initiates combat within 2 spaces of an ally, inflicts attack speed death -5 on foe during combat, and inflicts penalty on foe's attack speed and defense equal to current bonus on each of unit's attack speed and defense. Calculates each stat penalty independently. And also Pathfinder, because they're the Jotnar, Pathfinder is what they do. So, okay, it's again a sort of ranged version of the Jotnar effect we kind of already know, except this time it's interesting. It's kind of taking Note's effect in that it relies on buffs, bonuses, but instead of turning your bonuses into more bonuses in a bonus doublery sort of way, it turns them into penalties. The difference, negligible, but is good to know. Okay? Aside from that, slaying, always a very strong effect, and yeah, Pathfinder is gonna make some nonsense happen, especially now it's on a flying unit. Well, okay, so Luna, sure. Attack speed push 4. At this point, I don't hesitate to even make the joke because we've made it so many times, but attack speed push 4 is just what they put on every bloody unit these days. Sun Twin Wing. Luckily, Dagger, being the front unit, gets to use the better of the wing skills. 40% damage reduction on Note was cool enough, but Sun Twin Wing is no follow-up. And, importantly, no follow-up on a flying unit. That's a very rare combination that you're able to get. I think only Legendary Claude, maybe a couple others as well, but every other flying unit with nil follow-up is really strong just for being able to combine that mobility with the greatness that is no follow-up. One of the best skills in the game. C-slot, attack, defense, range. Sure, it's a C-slot that helps them pretty well, I think. The attack maybe not so much, depends how tanky they are. They do reduce foes' attack quite a lot, so potentially it could do a decent amount, but well, we'll see. And also, they're a duo unit, so they're going to have some kind of duo skill. I wonder what that's going to be. Really like the design. They've got the Cuboon art. Grants attack, speed, death, res +6, and Pathfinder to units and allies within 5 rows and 5 columns centered on unit for 1 turn. Pathfinder to all of them? It gives Pathfinder to the entire team? That's nuts. That's beyond nuts. That's like coconuts. Because they're bigger than other nuts. That's the allegory I'm going for here. Look, Pathfinder on one unit is pretty good, although it's kind of outdone by Ash. But when you are giving Pathfinder to every unit, all of them, all of the units, well, I don't really know what to say about it, honestly. That's just a lot of Pathfinder. That's, you can go wherever you damn well please. It just, you can go there. Movement is no object anymore. And also +6 to all visible buffs. Just as a little aside, get max buff. Sure, you can have it. It's your birthday. This is a really strong duo skill. Oh god, you can use this in Summoner's Duels. Normally when I see the duo skills, whatever, I think, oh, it's fine, because we have Duo's Hindrance. It's a non-issue, but you can use this in Summoner's Duels. There's nothing you can do to stop people using this in Summoner's Duels, and then they can go wherever they want. All they're doing is giving up one turn for it, and honestly, what are they using that turn for anyway? Right? Oh goodness, this is insane, this is absurd. Let's just forget it ever happened. Oh, and we can see their stats as well. 27 defense, 22 res, which, to be fair, if they're getting the full effect out of their bow and their C slot, that's adding an extra 15 effective defense and res, so they are actually going to be able to be pretty tanky at times, even though they really shouldn't be. And then they've got high attack at 55 and very high speed at 42, so they're going to be an absolute scoundrel of a unit. Well, that was mildly terrifying. Let's keep going, because after all, there is one more unit to find out about. Tempest Trial. Oh goodness, we're going to show it in action.
Enjoy!
Aren't they? Yeah, look, how far do we get to go?
Let's say hello.
All the way up here, all the way 4 tiles up, or yeah, over there, sure. Why not? You're not even using all your movement to do that.
Beginnings.
And then you smack them with the bow for a lot of damage, I might add. Who's that? Who is that? That's one of the tigers. That's, I forget his name, but that's one of the tigers. One of the tigers from Radiant Dawn. And of course, here's the limited Fate Pass subscribers Spark that we're all trying to pretend doesn't exist. You get an extra Celestial Stone for it if you've still got the orbs to do that. Thanks everyone for watching. It's a pretty strong banner. Admittedly, not that many new skills. I think Cross Duel, or no, Cross Spur is the only major new skill we saw here. And the units are kind of similar to their original versions, but being ranged is a pretty big change, not gonna lie, a pretty massive effect nonetheless. So these are pretty cool units. Very interested to see in that case what the Tempest Trial unit is though, because if their effect is anything like Lute's, Lyre's, yes, then they're both musical instruments, okay? I can't bloody help myself. Then I'm pretty hyped for that. If they're not, obviously, then I'm not so hyped. But how are we gonna tell, right? We only see them when we see them. As I was saying, thanks everyone for watching. Let me know if you're going to be summoning or not. I'm probably skipping this banner, even though that Duo Dagr does look pretty blooming insane. See you all next time.